Listen to me carefully. This prayer is not ordinary. Many who prayed this just once saw unexpected money appear, debts cancelled, doors opened, opportunities flowing in ways they could never imagine. It almost feels scary because the results come so fast. If you want financial breakthroughs, don't click away. Stay with me till the end, because the last point is the key that unlocks everything. Money problems have crushed too many dreams. Some of you watching right now are living paycheck to paycheck, feeling trapped, wondering if life will ever change. But I want you to know, heaven has not forgotten you. There is a divine system for abundance, and when you align with it, money begins to flow toward you instead of away from you. Today, I will share with you 8 powerful keys hidden in prayer that will shift your financial destiny. Not theories, not motivational quotes, living truths that activate wealth when applied. I urge you to lean in, listen with your heart, and speak this prayer out loud when we finish, because one prayer, when spoken in faith, can change everything. Faith is the foundation. Before any money arrives, before any bank account grows, before any door opens, you must believe it is possible. Without faith, prayer is empty words. But when faith and prayer meet, they create a magnet for resources. Think about this. Wealthy people in the world operate with faith too. They believe in their ideas, their businesses, their strategies, and that belief makes them unstoppable. If they, without God, can achieve so much through belief, imagine what you can achieve with faith in the living God. When you pray for financial abundance, you cannot afford doubt. Doubt is like a hole in your pocket. You keep receiving, but it keeps leaking. Faith seals the blessing. It declares, even if I don't see the money yet, I know it's already on its way. Real story. I once met a man who prayed for a breakthrough. He had only $5 left, but instead of fear, he spoke, God, I believe money will find me. Within 24 hours, he received a phone call offering him a project that paid him 20 times what he needed. Was it coincidence? No. It was faith pulling resources into his life. Faith doesn't look at your wallet. It looks at your source. When you pray, believe that you already have access to unlimited supply. The prayer I'll share is not magic. It's faith. Filled words spoken to a God who delights in blessing his children. When faith is alive, money cannot ignore you. Your mouth is your greatest financial tool. What you speak consistently becomes your reality. Poverty often survives because people keep declaring it. They say, I'm broke, I'm always struggling, I can't make ends meet. These words are not harmless. They're seeds producing more lack. Prayer works because it reprograms your language. Instead of saying, I don't have, you start saying, wealth and riches are in my house. Money flows to me. Opportunities chase me. Suddenly, your mind shifts, your spirit aligns, and doors start opening. Think of it like this. Your words are like currency. Every sentence is either a deposit or a withdrawal. If you speak lack, you withdraw from your future. If you speak abundance, you deposit wealth into your tomorrow. I know someone who used to complain daily about being broke. One day, they shifted their language. They began saying, I attract money, wealth finds me, I am a magnet for abundance. At first, nothing changed. But within weeks, they noticed people started recommending them for jobs. Clients trusted them more, and they received unexpected financial help. Their words reshaped their reality. When you pray, you're not just reciting lines, you're planting financial seeds. Words filled with power, spoken in alignment with faith, create wealth pathways. That's why one prayer can scare you with the results. It's not the length of the prayer, but the authority of the words. Stop cursing your finances with careless talk. Begin blessing your income, blessing your business, blessing your wallet. Speak abundance even if you see lack. Speak wealth even if you feel broke. Your words set the atmosphere for money to flow. Prayer is not just asking, it is unlocking. Many financial opportunities are hidden in places you cannot see, but prayer has a way of pulling them into your path. Think about Joseph in Egypt. He wasn't positioned for wealth because of family connections or education. He was positioned through divine alignment. His interpretation of Pharaoh's dream opened a hidden door that made him second in command over the wealthiest nation of his time. That was not luck. It was the result of divine connection. When you pray, you activate a spiritual radar that guides you to places where wealth is waiting. Maybe it's an idea, a business deal, a conversation, or even a chance encounter. Prayer sharpens your discernment so you don't miss opportunities that look ordinary but carry extraordinary financial potential. I've seen people pray and suddenly, what was invisible became visible. Someone ignored for years is suddenly noticed. A small skill becomes the answer to a big need. Prayer is the bridge between obscurity and visibility. This is why it can be scary, because when you pray in faith, doors you never imagined start swinging open. Hidden helpers appear. Money that was blocked begins to flow. Prayer moves resources from the unseen to the seen. Prayer without obedience is like planting seeds, but never watering them. Sometimes the answer to your financial prayer is a divine instruction. It may be something simple, something uncomfortable, or something unusual. But if you obey, overflow follows. Think of Peter in the Bible. He fished all night and caught nothing. Then Jesus told him, "Cast your net on the other side." That instruction made no sense to an experienced fisherman, but his obedience brought in so much fish that his nets began to break. That's overflow. Many people pray for money but ignore divine nudges. Maybe you feel led to start a business, save differently, invest in a skill, or even walk away from a toxic partnership. Obedience is often the missing link between poverty and prosperity. I know someone who was instructed during prayer to forgive a person who owed them money. At first, it seemed foolish, but after they obeyed, another person came forward and offered them a bigger opportunity that multiplied their finances far beyond what was owed. Obedience opened the door. When you hear this prayer today, pay attention to the instructions that follow in your spirit. Don't argue with them, obey quickly, because obedience positions you for overflow. A grateful heart is a magnet for more. In fact, the fastest way to block blessings is to complain. Gratitude, on the other hand, multiplies whatever you have. Jesus had only 5 loaves and 2 fish, but he gave thanks, and it multiplied to feed thousands. That is a financial principle hidden in a miracle story. Whatever you are grateful for expands. Many people despise small beginnings. They complain, "This is not enough, this job is too small, this income is embarrassing." What they don't realize is that ungratefulness locks the door to increase. But when you thank God for even the little, he trusts you with more. One man I know used to grumble about his small salary. Then he shifted. Every payday he thanked God and prayed over his paycheck, declaring increase. Within months, he was promoted and earning triple. Gratitude changed the atmosphere around his money. When you pray, include thanksgiving. Thank God for what you already have, even if it looks small. Gratitude turns your limited resources into multiplied resources. Generosity is not losing money. It is planting financial seeds. Every time you give, you create a spiritual transaction that guarantees a return. Farmers never cry when they release seeds into the soil because they know a harvest is coming. In the same way, when you release money to bless others, it positions you to receive more than you gave. I know a woman who was struggling financially. She had very little, but she decided to bless another family with groceries. Within days, someone else paid off a bill she had been stressing over. Her giving created a cycle of blessing. Generosity breaks the back of greed and fear. It proves to God that money does not control you, and when he sees that, he can trust you with more. The prayer we are declaring today is powerful. but combine it with generosity, and you will see unstoppable results. Because when you give, you set in motion the principle of multiplication. Money follows vision. If you have no vision, resources have no direction. Many people pray for money without clarity on what they will do with it. That's like asking for fuel without owning a vehicle. Vision is a picture of your financial future. It answers the question, why do I need wealth? Is it to build, to bless, to create, to invest? Once you define that, provision starts flowing toward it. Think of Nehemiah in the Bible. He had a vision to rebuild Jerusalem's walls, and resources flowed from a king who wasn't even his people. Why? Because vision attracts provision. When you pray today, also ask God to give you a clear vision for your money. Whether it's starting a business, funding education, supporting family, or building communities, vision gives money a mission. Without it, even if you receive wealth, it will slip away. Sometimes one prayer brings immediate results. Other times, persistence is required to unlock the full breakthrough. Both are powerful. There's a parable of a widow who kept asking a judge for justice. Though he ignored her at first, her persistence wore him down, and he granted her request. If persistence works in earthly courts, how much more in heaven? Many people pray once, don't see instant results, and give up. That's like planting a seed today and digging it up tomorrow because the tree hasn't grown yet. Persistence waters your prayer until the harvest appears. I've seen people pray this one prayer and receive instant financial help. Others prayed persistently, and within weeks, their financial situation transformed completely. Both outcomes are powerful, but persistence guarantees that your blessing is permanent. So, when you speak this scary, powerful prayer, don't just stop at once. Keep speaking it daily, sealing your faith with persistence until wealth and abundance fully manifest in your life. Now you understand why this prayer is so powerful. It's scary because the results can come suddenly. Faith unlocks wealth, words create power, prayer opens hidden doors, obedience brings overflow, gratitude multiplies resources, generosity attracts more money, vision directs provision, and persistence guarantees breakthrough. I want you to type in the comments right now, I receive. That declaration seals this prayer over your life. Don't just watch, engage, because every comment, every share pushes this blessing into the life of someone else who needs it. If you felt a stirring in your spirit, don't leave without hitting that like button. Subscribe so you never miss prayers and teachings that can shift your destiny, and share this video with at least 3 people, because the same financial miracle you're about to see, they deserve too. One prayer can change your life. One declaration can shift your finances. Say it with me now. I receive.